I'm now going to play Gazzy's Snippets. Brilliant. I love it. I do love it. Apple Supercycle predicted as iPhone 14, Mac and Apple Watch attract switchers, Guy. There's more switchers coming. It's going to be boom time for Apple, apparently. We think, or says analysts.
Well, they need actual new product on the Mac side for there to be switchers. I mean, and that's not to say that the current stuff they have isn't great. I mean, we're both using M1 and Mac Minis, and it's a wonderful machine. It's now over, God, it's close to what, year and a half? 2 years now? Since the M1 Mac Mini came out?
Yeah.
Needs an update,
2 years.
Apple.
Yeah. Needs an update. Anyway, these are snippets. Do you know it was 10 years since Scott Forstall was forced out of Apple?
What?
I know, incredible, isn't it? Apple's online store and information system chiefs are reportedly leaving the company. I tell you, there's a lot of people leaving Apple at the moment. Apple supplier Foxconn quadruples bonuses to staff hit by yet another China COVID lockdown. So apparently,
did you see the video from China from some of the factories?
No, I didn't.
People were basically, because there was no transportation set up, so they were basically walking off the job. And then and there like thousands of people walking away from these factories because they had no other way to get away from them.
Not good.
No.
This one's specifically for Carl, and you will need to let me finish on this one. EU could force third-party app stores on Apple after the USB-C iPhone mandate. I think, and this is Carl thinking this, I think that the person, company or governing body is putting at risk my ability to be able to choose a secure and reliable environment that I have chosen. So, person, company or governing body, if you want to play that silly game, I, along with I'm sure a lot of other people, will continue to call you nasty, horrible people for putting my security and everybody else who does the same or wants the same at jeopardy. There. Done it. There you go.
Oh, wait, no.
Especially for you, Carl, that was.
Yeah. I noticed you actually sent him that entire
not the first
text.
time. Not the first time.
Okay.
Apparently, Apple pays music artists much more than Spotify. Well, more than Spotify. I'm not going to tell you what the details are because it's never straightforward.
It's the difference between 0 and 1.
An Apple embezzler admits to defrauding company of $17 million and he faces up to 20 years imprisonment.
As he should.
As he should. I kind of veered away from doing these stories, but actually I think this is key to Apple. Apple Watch has helped an 81-year-old call 911 after falling while alone. I just can't rave enough about it, said the man. And equally, I think there are a lot of more elderly people that could certainly have this sort of technology available to them and would certainly make other people a lot more comfortable that their parents have got some sort of security as this to be able to help with making sure they keep safe.
As long as the person that's receiving it or the person that's giving it knows how to set it up. Because you can lead yourself to a false sense of security if you have one of these and it's like, okay, well, they're all set.
Same for seatbelts, Guy. Same for everything. If you don't wear your seatbelt, you're in an accident.
Seatbelts is like click, an Apple Watch can be a little more complicated.
So why do I still see people not wearing seatbelts?
Because they're idiots.
Well, I'm moving on.
Okay.
The Glasgow Apple Store employees first in the UK to unionise, and they call it a historic moment. I don't know why. We've had unions in this country for years.
Yeah.
Apple has slashed budgets and implements a broad hiring freeze. I've got another one coming. I've got another one coming on that a little bit later.
Slash.
The factory, the factory. Someone's coming in the door, and Wilf has heard them. The factory run by Foxconn is placed under total COVID lockdown in China. That's not very good for Apple's production woes. Now, this is the app. I haven't looked at this, but I just noticed it and I put it into the snippets this morning. Rewind AI. The headline says it records everything you do on your Mac so you can refresh your memory, he says with air quotes.
I can't see how anything could go wrong with that.
No, we do a lot on our computers every day, and although apps like web browsers let you keep track of your browsing history, there's no easy way to go back in time to check on something you've worked on. Until now, Rewind AI has announced a new app that records everything you do on your Mac so you can refresh your memory anytime you want. We'll see how that pans out, folks. See how that,
Turn on Time Machine.
Well, yeah, but then you've got to have it a lot more. That I think this is recording everything, guy. So every little move that you make. So let's say you're creating a document and you delete a load of section and then rewrite it and then go down and you're starting on page 3, 4 and you go back and you reread it and you go, did I really want it to read like that? This could be useful in things like that, I think, but I've not looked into it yet. This is just first pass.
I'm thinking keystrokes and
yeah. Yes. And if it records everything, is it listening? Like people should be doing to this podcast. Anyway, a man has stolen
or
Macs. Watch it. Man who has stolen Macs in a brazen armed robbery of a Virginia Apple retail store. Not very good. Apparently,
wait, where was that?
What? Which store? Clarendon in Arlington.
Wow, really?
On Wednesday.
Here's an interesting little local tidbit. I don't know if you remember, but when the iPad first came out, I did a video talking to people that were buying. I didn't buy one myself, but I went all the way down to that store before it opened, the Clarendon store.
Okay.
And talked to people that were going to buy one because there was a line of like 100 people there. Yeah. People were like going crazy. And I did I'll have to see if I can find the video. I did a video outside of that store talking to all these people. And the store itself is an outside store.
Yes.
It's like in a strip mall that kind of goes in a horseshoe. And it's actually a very nice store. It's one of my...
It looks a nice store.
It is. It's my favorite of, because there's like 4 or 5 stores in the Northern Virginia area. What? Beg pardon?
Snippets. Come on. Yeah.
Oh, Snippets.
Yeah. So what was you going to say?
I've got like 10 minutes more to say about this.
I know you probably have. That's what concerns me. Anyway, yes, your store. I'm going to jump the next story and go to the next story, which you mentioned to me. Weather app gains Apple News section in iOS 16.2. Now, the thing is, that would be really useful, and you might have heard about that robbery in the news store rather than hearing it from me, you see? Yeah,
but cool. the thing is, it's not like they're going to blast you with like world news and all the rest of that. It's just local news to... whichever area code or city that you are currently viewing in the weather app.
Isn't that a bit sneaky? Isn't that the sort of thing Apple doesn't want other apps doing, i.e. understanding where you are from another app to then give you information which they deem is relevant? Isn't that precisely what Apple...
I don't think so.
Well, I think it is.
The original app already knows where you are. Because you've told
the weather
where
app.
You are.
Yes, the weather app does. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And they're now utilizing that information for another app to feed news into you.
But
yes,
it's the same company.
News into you. Don't care. They're using 2 different apps to glean information together, which is precisely what they don't want.
It's basically just an RSS feed. So I'm not that fussed about it, but I think it's a good app.
I think it's disgraceful.
I think it's wonderful.
Apple TV app now hides up next row, making it harder to find what you want to watch. I haven't seen this yet, so
I've had problems getting local files off the computer back onto the Apple TV.
Well, apparently there is a new update for tvOS because they've got a new update out which has solved the match content screen blackout issue. So perhaps they need to solve the what's up next issue as well with the software, although that's the software rather than the hardware of the app, isn't it? So Apple Tap to Pay integration coming to PayPal and Venmo iOS apps.
Wait, say that again?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how this one's going to work. Apple Tap to Pay integration coming to PayPal and Venmo. So at the moment, you can tap to pay, and obviously it uses maybe the credit cards that you've put in. I assume from this that you'll be able to tap to pay and pay with PayPal and Venmo.
Okay.
So that's coming to iOS.
That's actually, having other types of payment services than credit cards and checking accounts and all the rest of that you can currently use is not a bad idea, because since the Apple Card itself and the way that you pay for things with the Apple Card is secure, then why not have an alternate form of payment?
I agree with you rather than disagree, although I disagreed about the other thing.
How dare you?
How dare me. Apple, I mentioned this earlier, Apple freezes hiring for more job roles to cut costs. Apple in October paused hiring for most jobs outside of research and development. That was according to a report from Bloomberg, so not heard anything from Apple directly.
Blocking, punching, and slashing.
Yeah, good. Apple have briefly exceeded the combined market value of Amazon, Alphabet, and Meta this last week. Wow. All I can say is wow. Apple has tasked a second assembly partner in India with iPhone 14 production. That's continued, obviously, move out of the China environment. I saw this, and I'm not sure whether the headline is quite true. Big thumbs up from Guy there. Apple TV Plus is giving away a collection of Jennifer Lawrence movies to promote the new Causeway film. Now, when I read through this, it didn't seem as they're actually giving the films away, just enabling you to be able to stream them at no cost.
Apple TV.
In Apple TV. That's not giving them away unless I can actually
own them.
Remember,
Apple TV as a service is all original content. So the fact that they're showing previously created content outside of the Apple TV universe is significant.
But it's more. I'm more having a go at the headline. The headline is giving away. Well, it's not giving away. It's allowing you to stream, and we don't know
watch it.
And we don't know for how long. Apple has celebrated the holiday season. Apple has rolled out this year holiday gift guide featuring all new lineups, like
of Apple products:
iPhone, iPad, Mac, Apple Watch, AirPods, and this is from Apple Direct, and so much more.
Nothing screams Christmas/Hanukkah like people going crazy into debt to give you Apple products that you probably don't need.
Creeps are still trying to stalk people with AirTags, but Apple's safety measures seem to be working. Good news on that. Apple is to extend the live TV advertising for Major League Soccer deal. Apple is building a live television and network in preparation for streaming Major League Soccer games. Apple has agreed to expand its advertising as part of its deal with the MLS. Not a surprise, that report from Bloomberg. iPod inventor Tony Fadell joins ARM's board of directors amid the Apple Silicon transition. Quite how interesting. Amid.
What's left other than the Mac Pro? Well, the transition is done. The transition is over. It's all M1 now.
Yeah, but I think this is for ARM.
Well, but ARM is M1.
Yeah,
M1 is ARM.
Yeah, but it's the architecture that it sits behind it, because ARM is not just M1, is it?
No, but M1 is ARM. It goes in one direction, but not the other.
Yes. So I
ARM is more than M1, but M1 is all ARM.
So I'm just trying to work out why that could be relevant to that situation. I read through it and I couldn't kind of work it out.
Because there was an analyst that had nothing to talk about that week.
Apple has settled the lawsuit with employee accused of stealing trade secrets. Apple this week settled a lawsuit with Simon Lancaster, a former employee accused of using his position within the company to steal sensitive trade secret information that was provided to a tech journalist.
Huh.
And that, guy, is the end of Gaz's snippets. However, Gaz does have a link.
Ooh.
Gaz's link is only brought about just because I thought, oh, I'm with them. I use Vonage or Vanage or Venage.
I was going to say, it
Vinage.
sounds like a French company. I use Vinage.
Got to be careful, actually, how you say that, really.
Yeah.
Anyway.
There are certain ways that you could pronounce that word.
Anyway,
especially if you go from like French into German.
I'll
like
do
I
it in
was
my
just
English
doing.
accent. Vonage.
Vonage.
To pay $100 million for making it nearly impossible to cancel internet phone services. I use them, so I might just see if I can cancel it now, just to see how easy it is to cancel it, and then go, no, I was only joking.
Well,
Although,
you know how they say it.
We don't, to be honest with you, we had it, so we had a landline. Do you like that? Do you like the weirdness of that?
It is weird.
The fact that I've gone for an internet protocol landline.
Well, that's what we're using. I mean, through our internet provider, we have a landline. And the only reason why we have a landline is because it's basically our solicitor catch-all. I don't know what it's like in the UK, but here in the United States, solicitors are calling us 10 to 20 times a day, especially on that landline. So we just say, yeah. Every single time that we have to give a telephone number out, that's the number that we give people. It's like, take that number.
The thing is, the interesting thing is, though, this number obviously can be given out by anybody in the house to say, here's a number that you can get us on. Rather than giving your mobile number out. Because actually your mobile number actually now is really rather quite powerful and important.
Well, that's what everyone is using.
And yeah, I know, but the point I'm making is it's becoming a very much more valuable commodity than it ever was, because you can utilize it. Well, not just to solicitors, it's also for security reasons as well, for lots of stuff. So anyway.
Well, do you know how they say this company's name in the South?
Go on.
I'm using Vonage.
I'm still going to say you've got to say that.
And I'm from the South, so I can say that.
Yeah.
You can't say it. I can say it. I'm from the South.
No, I'm from the South.
Oh, that's right. South England.
Yes.
South Boston.
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 Anyway, that's the end of my link.
Okay.